In 2026, the year of tourist taxes, 12 euros, airport sandwiches, and dynamic pricing that feels personally offensive, you can still travel to Europe, sleep in a charming old town, eat like royalty, and spend less than a weekend in Paris. Yes, in this economy. While city taxes across Europe have quietly crept up, Venice charging day trippers, Amsterdam raising hotel levies past 12%, and flight prices fluctuating with fuel and climate surcharges, there are still destinations where your money stretches, your espresso costs under 2 euros, and boutique stays don't require a small loan. And today, I'm taking you to 10 of them. But before we take off, don't forget to subscribe to Jetlag Stories for travel inspiration no one shows you. Let's begin. At number 1, we have Tirana, Europe's last great bargain capital. Albania still remains outside the Eurozone, which immediately gives your budget breathing room. A boutique hotel in the city center averages 40-70 euros per night, and guest houses can dip even lower. Dinner with wine? 10 to 15 euros. Espresso? Around 1 euro. Flights into Tirana International Airport have expanded dramatically thanks to low-cost carriers connecting it to Italy, Germany, the UK, and Central Europe. But affordability alone isn't the story. Tirana is colorful, chaotic in the best way, wrapped by mountains, and just a short drive from the Albanian Riviera, where turquoise water rivals Greece at half the cost. Ride the cable car up Mount Dajti for sunset, wander Skanderbeg Square at golden hour, and embrace the kind of raw, evolving energy that Western Europe lost decades ago. Next, we move east to Sofia, where EU membership hasn't erased its affordability. Bulgaria still has some of the lowest average living costs in the European Union. A centrally located Airbnb averages 35-60 euros. Public transport is under 1 euro per ride, and hearty Balkan meals rarely exceed 12 euros. Even with gradual increases in tourism taxes, Sofia's hotel levies remain modest compared to Western capitals. And what you get is extraordinary. Golden domed cathedrals, Roman ruins beneath metro stations, and Vitosha Mountain rising dramatically behind the city skyline. In winter, you can ski in the morning and sip craft cocktails in the city by evening. At number 3, we have Porto, proof that Portugal still offers value if you know where to look. Yes, Lisbon prices have climbed. Yes, tourism taxes have nudged upward. But Porto remains more affordable, especially outside peak summer. Flights from major European hubs frequently dip below 50 euros one way with budget airlines, and guest houses along the Douro River still hover around 70-90 euros per night. Porto is cinematic, azulejo tiles shimmering in the sun, port wine cellars across the river in Vila Nova de Gaia, and Atlantic beaches just a tram ride away. It feels romantic without the Rome-level pricing. Now we move to Transylvania. And no, it's not just about Dracula. Cluj-Napoca blends medieval streets with a youthful, creative energy. Romania's prices remain competitive compared to Western Europe, with comfortable hotels averaging 50-80 euros per night. The real value lies in what surrounds it. Fairy tale castles, the dramatic Carpathian Mountains, the otherworldly Turda salt mine, and countryside that feels untouched. Budget airlines connect Cluj to major European cities, often for under 60 euros round trip if booked early. At number 5, we have Budapest, Hungary. Budapest continues to surprise. Despite inflation and increased tourist taxes in Hungary, it remains significantly cheaper than Vienna or Prague. Thermal bath entries hover around 20-25 euros. Meals range 10-15 euros, and mid-range hotels average 70-100 euros. The city's grandeur, Parliament glowing at night, Fisherman's Bastion at sunrise, ruined bars hidden behind unassuming doors, feels expensive. But it isn't. Next we have Krakow, poetic, walkable, and remarkably affordable. Poland has experienced economic growth, but tourism prices remain balanced. Expect 40-80 euros per night for central stays and generous Polish meals under 15 euros. The old town feels preserved in amber, Wawel Castle rises above the Vistula River, and Zakopane's alpine charm is just a train ride away. At number 7, we move to Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Sarajevo feels like East meets West in the most intimate way. Bosnia remains one of Europe's cheapest countries for travelers. Accommodation often averages 30–60 euros, and strong Bosnian coffee costs less than 2 euros. Walk through Baskarcija Ottoman lanes, explore poignant history, then take a day trip to Mostar's iconic Stari Most. It's soulful, layered, and still wonderfully under-touristed. Next on our list is Vilnius, Lithuania. Vilnius might be Europe's most underrated capital. Lithuania's tourism taxes remain moderate, and you can comfortably explore on 50–80 euros per day, excluding accommodation. Baroque architecture, quirky cafes, and Trakai Island Castle just outside the city create a Baltic fairy tale without Scandinavian prices. Another great cheap destination is Istanbul, Turkey. Istanbul defies logic. Despite global inflation, currency dynamics keep Turkey comparatively affordable for many travelers earning in euros or dollars. Boutique hotels range 50–90 euros, street food remains a steal, and flights are competitive due to Istanbul's massive hub status. From Hagia Sophia to Bosphorus cruises at sunset, it's dramatic, decadent, and delicious. And finally, at number 10, we arrive in Skopje, a destination that feels like Europe before the price surge. North Macedonia remains one of the most affordable countries on the continent. While much of Europe has introduced higher tourist taxes and rising accommodation levies, North Macedonia keeps things refreshingly light. You can still find centrally located boutique hotels for 30–60 euros per night, stylish Airbnbs for even less, and full traditional meals for under 10–12 euros. The city blends Ottoman-era bazaars with grand neoclassical facades and a surreal number of statues scattered across bridges and plazas. So tell me, which one surprised you the most? Drop your favorite in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want unique travel inspiration, subscribe to Jetlag Stories.